Hey everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Well, I have now learnt to service my diesel engine, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. It's not really that hard, just a little bit time consuming, but look, if you know, you can pay someone to do it, sure. But if you just spend a little bit of time and effort, you can do it yourself. And it's really, really simple. And the parts cost no more than like 30, £40. You can pay someone to do it, sure. But if you do it yourself, you save hundreds of pounds. And so I had diesel engineer out, so he serviced my engine. But he's shown me how to do it. And that's really, really, I love it because now I have the knowledge, and knowledge is power. I feel so empowered about this now. It's absolutely brilliant. It was like when I learned how to service my carburetor on my petrol engine. So yeah, it's really quite simple. So every 250 hours, I've got to give it an oil change and change the oil filter. I couldn't change the oil filter this time because I didn't have a spare. That's been fixed now. I've got some spares on the way. And then every 750 hours, I need to give it oil, fuel, and air. The air filter is just a blue sponge. This came off this is for a car engine, and it's literally just a blue sponge. So all I have to do now is just rinse it with water, let it dry, and stuff it back in the housing. I won't show it to you because it's in the back of that cupboard there, and a bit difficult to get to, but it's just a blue sponge essentially in the housing, and it's silenced the engine, because it was, so loud before. So anyway, so I think the most difficult part is going to be the fuel. So that's the fuel filter housing right there, and just underneath there is a little fuel filter canister. But it's pretty simple to do. In fact, the diesel engineer actually showed me how to get rid of air in your fuel pipes. Because if you get air in your fuel pipes, your engine won't start, or it won't. It'll start, but it'll conk out. So basically, you turn the fuel off at the main line, you undo that screw there, take the canister off. Now, in this instance, the canister appeared, from what he said, appeared to be in there quite a long time, and all the seals on it were really like rock hard. So I don't know when it was changed, but luckily for me, my diesel fuel doesn't have diesel bug. However, I have put in some of that Marine 16 diesel bug inhibitor the last time I had the fuel tank filled. So that should prevent any you get rid of water and get rid of any bug growth. So that's that. So all I have to do is remove that canister, put a fresh one on, and then down the back here, I don't know if you can see, just behind the alternator, there's a little pulling pumps that pumps the fuel. And then all you need to do to get rid of the air, you just undo a little screw there, just slightly, and you pump that until fuel comes out. So you're basically bleeding the fuel pipes. And you can do the same with these as well if you need to, or just release the injector thing. So these little screws here, these are injector thingies. I don't know what they're called exactly, but you get the idea. So basically, you just want to get rid of any air out of the system. Now, like I said, you can pay someone to do it, but if you're not afraid of getting your hands dirty, it's quite a simple job. And as for the oil, I've actually got a 12-volt oil pump now, so you just stick the pipe down the dipstick pipe down there, and suck all the oil with a little 12-volt pump. As for oil, I'm using 10W40. You don't need branded oil. It's like the difference between buying Nurofen and ibuprofen at Tesco. You don't need to buy the branded stuff. You're wasting money if you're doing that. So for those of you who think that it's a better quality oil, it's not. Oil is oil is oil. So so you can see we've got a new alternator as well. That's for the starter battery. We are getting that's the one for the leisure batteries. We are getting that replaced shortly, because the bearings are beginning to go on that, but it still pops out a good voltage, but eventually it will wear out, so we just figure we'll just get that replaced. We've also changed the water. It doesn't look like the water was brown coming out of the header tank, you know, so I dare say it's never been changed either. So we've replaced the water and added some antifreeze, which also I understand has anti-corrosive properties. A few other things we need to do, like, you know, change a few pipes around. So the pipe going to the thermostat housing, that needs to be changed. So yeah, and the Webasto, which is tucked down right down in there, I got a service kit for that the other day. That needs to be serviced. What else? That's pretty much it. I'm lucky I've got a PRM gearbox, so I can just use regular engine oil in that. So I haven't got to use specific transmission fluid. I can just use regular engine oil. So that's brilliant. So I suppose, yeah, now would be a good time to let you listen what it sounds like. It sounds completely different. Listen to this. Now, up here, it's my little control panel. Now, normally you're supposed to let... Oh yeah, that was the other thing. I always forget the glow plugs. We checked the glow plugs. They're poked down in there. We checked those as well. They what they do is they heat up to the red hot to sort of make the diesel more elastic and, you know, be ready to combust, basically. That's kind of my understanding of it. And you really need to do it when the engine's cold. So what you do is and a lot of engines, you'll hear a little beep sound, like an alarm when you do this. So, and you can see there the voltage is dropping, so it's on 12 volts and it'll drop to around 10 volts. So what that's doing is actually heating up the glow plugs. So leave them there for about 10 seconds. But I've actually been able to start the engine about 5 seconds. So we'll fire it up and see how we go. Isn't that bloody awesome? Oh, I love it. I love the sound of it. And, you know, give it a few revs. Oh, that's just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, I'm so thrilled at that. So now I know how to service my diesel engine. Yeah, I'm just thrilled at that. Because now, if anything goes wrong, I can start troubleshooting. I know what to do. I know what to look for. You know, it could be the fuel pump. It could be the solenoid. It could be the starter motor. It could be... so I don't need to get people out, engineers out. I can do it myself. And so little by little, I'm learning about it. You know, obviously there's still things I don't know. But little by little, I'm learning about it. And that's, you know, like I said, knowledge is power. And it's just, I'm absolutely thrilled and so relieved. And you could hear the difference, you know, from the last time that I recorded an engine vlog. You know, it just sounds, and cruising it, oh, I can't cruise it enough now. You know, it's just awesome.